Madam Genevieve here, the biggest stoner of us all.
If we're on the product suggestion section, I'd like to point out this amazing green product that I have on my device here. This poor device snapped in half, and I have this stuff called Needonite, which is a 2-part epoxy clay that you mix together, and then you put the 2 pieces together, and it makes an airtight seal.
Oh, nice.
That's fairly functional, and it brings devices back to life because it's so sad when they die.
Of course.
With our powers
It's
combined.
really sad. I always name each of mine too, so it feels like I'm losing like a loved one.
Right.
That's like a child.
It's true.
Exactly.
Dave,
no!
When I've had to get rid of them, I can't even let myself sell them. I just give them away because they're so sentimental to me that I'm like,
That's
I
like
don't
the
want
end
you
of
to...
Toy Story 3.
No,
I put a price on you.
No, it's
I would
true.
watch
I'm
that
like, I
movie.
just give it away to like the biggest stoner in my life. Usually at the time, I've had to do that a couple times. And one time, since I didn't sell it, he gave it back to me when I moved back somewhere. So it all comes back around to you.
That's the best.
He's in the neighborhood, see?
I have to shout out my brother-in-law who hooked me up with this, rolled it for me.
Nice. Ooh, that's a fatty. Very
That's
cool.
like a
Right?
fatter
He's
joint
a
that
good
you like
dude.
bring home
He's a good
sometimes.
dude.
Jesus. You've been holding out
I
on
know.
me.
I'm stoked on this, so thank you, Mike.
Yeah, we about to burn it down, so.
Hell yeah.
While you guys light those up, can I tell you like one of the funnier stories of when I bought a piece one time in Hollywood?
You know what? I will let you get to that, but we got to do one thing first that we've been evading this whole time, and that is introducing yourselves and telling people
Oh yeah, I
where
didn't
they
even
can
know if we
find you.
started yet.
We don't know
So-
each other.
So, and yeah, we're waiting for one more. I'm not sure if they're showing or not. They're not responding. So if they pop in, hopefully we'll get them to come in. We'll get to have a conversation with EC2 Endless Cemetery. But I am Jason Society, Jason_Society on Twitch, and this is StonerCast, a show where we talk about all things weed, and it literally is that. I open up the floor after we do our introductions, and I let you guys tell me about your favorite weed stories, your favorite things about weed, and you guys are always welcome
Change box cheered.
to ask me questions about my experience as well.
Insane
But
in the membrane.
I just opened the floor up for you guys to get to experience that and sit around. And just think of it like you're sitting on your friend's couch, smoking a joint with them, and just talking shit. That's exactly what this is, you know. Other than that, that's me. That's who I am. When I don't do this, I stream about cannabis and politics. So there I am. We'll pop over to Kaaayliee and then go to Genevieve. Then we'll go
SleeveTRocks.
SleeveTRocks, and then we'll go to SomeBuddyOnline, and then we'll go to EchoPlays. So take it away, Kaaayliee.
So, I'm Kaaayliee. I've been on a couple StonerCasts, but this one's a little bit different because I'm actually high this time. I never usually get stoned, but I've been smoking a lot more weed than usual. I've gotten my tolerance back, so I was like, okay, this is the time. I was really excited. I got asked like earlier today, and I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And so yeah, I'm really stoked to be here. I might sit back a little bit because I've told a lot of stories on here, so I don't want to keep retelling them, so we'll see where it goes. But if not, I'm high, I'm vibing, I'm hanging out. But I don't stream, so I do a show with Wick on Tuesdays on Death of Certainty. I can see high is already approaching because yeah, I did say that right. Okay, Death of Certainty, and it's an open college show, and it's really fun, and a lot of you have actually been on it. Actually, all of you except Echo. So you should come on sometime and then
Plug it in the chat.
But yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you very much, Genevieve.
Hi guys, I am Madam Genevieve. Jen is perfectly appropriate because I know it's a mouthful. I'm kind of new to streaming, but I definitely am getting to like it. I am very interested in feminist issues, equal rights, sex work, and cannabis. I'm a lifelong stoner. Well, almost. I started smoking when I was 14, actually, which sounds really young, but I do use it medicinally, and that's why I started. I am also a cancer survivor, so While smoking is not only just an enjoyable vice, I really do appreciate some of the benefits that it gives too. Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm stoked to be here. So far, this is like already my favorite panel that I've been on, just because I can be smoking on it.
Oh yeah, and I appreciate that. And did you plug your Twitch channel? Did you say your Twitch channel? I didn't catch that.
Shit, no, I'm so sorry. I am on Twitch, MadamGenevieve, or Twitter, Madam_Genevieve. So give me a follow.
Rock and roll. Just want to make sure you get some followers too and some viewers.
I appreciate that. So, I really do.
Also, I forgot to ask Kaaayliee, but she had kind of alluded to it earlier. I'm always curious as to what people's favorite strains or type of strains are, and maybe like a little bit of the background, like why they like those strains. So I'll let Kaaayliee answer first, and I'll let you answer, Jen, and then we'll do the rest of the introductions. I apologize. I should ask that first.
Yeah, I'm actually excited because before I never really had one because it was whatever was in my dab pen. And so now I actually do have one, and it's I can't say it in Twitch chat. Someone asked me one time and I tried to put it in the Twitch chat, but it's green crack.
Yes,
and it
I
wouldn't let me
love
put
green
that.
crack.
It's so good. So yeah, that's what I'm soaking, but I actually mixed it today with a little bit of I think it's called Chocolope. I've never heard of it before. You've heard of it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's nice. It's just like kind of mild, so I mixed it because I didn't want to go through my green crack too quickly. So it was actually good to mix it because it didn't like affect it too much, but I could make it last a little longer.
Chocolope's got a great flavor to it. It's chocolate and cantaloupe combined. That's like the flavor profile, and yeah, I like that. I like that one. And of course,
yeah,
green
it
crack.
smells like a little bit chocolatey too. Actually, when you first open it, you're like, oh, it actually. I don't know. It got a little whiff of chocolate.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
Nice.
So see,
good taste, Kaaayliee. That sounds delicious.
Yeah. So where are you at with it, Jen? What do you think?
So my personal all-time favorite strain is White Widow. It's kind of an obscure one, kind of hard to find. I fell in love with it when I was 19. I dated somebody who grew White Widow, imported from Amsterdam, and I have been hooked ever since. When I can't find that, I like Blue Dream. I like Jack Herrera, definitely more of like a sativa type. Currently I'm smoking Blue Cookies. So that's Blue Dream and Girl Scout cookies blended.
Nice. Good combination. Great combination. All right. Well, thank you very much. We'll hop over to SleeveTRocks.
Hell yeah, and I didn't mean to screw up the order or anything. I thought you had just forgotten my screen name since we had just met, so I was just trying to clarify.
No, you're good.
My name is SleeveTRocks. I am a rocker boy with violence on my mind, but on this panel, I'm going to be quite chill. You know, I'm a debater on Twitch sometimes. I'm a musician the rest of my life, and I have been a big stoner for most of my life. I grew up in San Bernardino, so that was just kind of a byproduct of growing up. It was a big part of my culture. All my best friends smoked around me, and I had been smoking basically since I had been 16. So that's my brief history with the lovely, lovely plant we call marijuana. As far as my favorite strand, I think I'm gonna have to go with Jen here and say that Blue Dream is probably my all-time favorite. I buy that strand probably more often at the dispensary than anything else. And when I have my cartridge all loaded up, it's the thing that I do when I'm writing music, which, as you can see through my studio, this is basically all I do with my time is get high and play music. So, you know, it's definitely the best creative lubricant, and we all like lubricant. So anyways, I'm SleeveTRocks. You can find me on twitch.tv/SleeveTRocks and twitter.com/SleeveTRocks.
Hell yeah. Thank you very much. And yeah, Blue Dream is a great strain. Like, it's one of those ones that I do tell people a lot, especially if they're not sure which way they want to go with it. You know, I try to tell them, you know, hey, try Blue Dream because it's pretty amiable for everybody. Like, I don't know many people that will be like, no, fuck that Blue Dream shit. Like, most people will be like, yeah, let's smoke that. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, it's like if you don't like a really good like ale or something, you know, it's just something that's just like flavorful, robust. It's like if you like beer and you just like, you know, you can't single out Blue Dream. There's no way you can do it. If you're into weed, you have to kind of enjoy it. And you're a musician too, right, Jason?
Oh, hell yeah, I am. Hell yeah. I smoked a lot of Blue Dream in the studio.
That's what I'm talking about. When you're in the studio, that is like the best in the zone bud that you can possibly bring with you. It's like my secret weapon every time.
Oh yeah, right on. SomeBuddyOnline. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, Jason. I appreciate you having me here. I'm sorry that I didn't make it last week when I was actually supposed to be here. On Twitch, I'm SomeBuddyOnline. On Twitter, I'm SomeDummyOnline, because that's where I say my dumb stuff. I don't know. I'm a little bit more incognito. Most people that know me probably will be surprised to find out that I actually smoke a little bit of bud.
I am surprised, actually.
Me too, actually. I don't think we have talked about it.
Let's see. I have a story that I've told a couple of times about my youth and when I stopped going to school and I ended up living in my car for a little while. And then I ended up living in Mexico for a little bit. And, growing up in Los Angeles, pot had always been kind of one of those things. I got thrown out of school one time for... well, I guess we'll talk about all those different things later on. But anyway, I'm SomeBuddyOnline. I like to have interesting conversations about difficult subjects. I like to do political debates. And then I like to talk about artists, about their passions and their motivations and why they make the things that I do. I do that on Twitch. And if you're interested in such things, I suggest you come by and say hi sometime.
And you definitely should. His stream's a lot of fun. I enjoyed being in there with you a couple times this past week and a half. I popped in there a few times, lurked and stuff. So yeah, interesting stream. I like it. Very cool. All right, EchoPlays, and just because SleeveTRocks like turned his camera off doesn't mean he gets to give himself another intro now either.
Yeah, I was just messing up the order so I can talk more about myself. My favorite subject, after all.
All right, EchoPlays.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Somebody, though, I didn't get one thing from somebody. Do you have a favorite strain or favorite type of strain that you go to?
Oh, man, I didn't even go into that. I had some green crack back in the good old days, back when it was the real deal. And man, oh, man, those were some beautiful, beautiful nugs there. That's a beautiful plant. The other one that I do like is some good wedding cake that I've had recently. That's some fantastic plant there as well.
Wedding cake is very good. I enjoy wedding cake as well. I get a lot of wedding cake concentrate. It seems to be one that's really popular for extraction.
Right, like I haven't had the wedding
got
cake.
A lot of oil.
Yeah, I haven't had the wedding cake like extracts, but I have had the strain, and I've heard that because if the bud is as flavorful as the extracts are, dude, I bet the extracts are just out of this world. So I've heard like you can taste so many things with it. So I can't really put like a flavor to it, and I guess why it's a cake,
Yeah.
So which makes sense. So
the flavor is delicious. That's it, just delicious.
Yeah,
the bud's fantastic, and the
Very
nugs look
sweet.
gorgeous every time I've had it. Yeah, but anyway, my name is EchoPlays, or you can just call me Echo or Ian. It don't matter. I've been a streamer for about 2 years. I smoke weed on my stream. I wouldn't say I'm the most politically charged person at all, because I think whatever political spectrum you're on, I think we can find something to agree on. And I think if we can come together and agree on more things, then I think difficult subjects can be easier to discuss. And maybe you can find a, correlation between your ideas and come together with a solution. But yeah.
Centrism.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I play a little music. I don't have any gear right now because, money is important.
That's the crux of every musician's existence.
Yep.
Trust me.
I used to be able to sing. I have gastroesophageal reflux disease. It has destroyed my esophagus. So, ooh.
Yeah,
but yeah,
Ibanez Prestige, man, with a maple neck. It's quite
let's
nice.
go.
Very
Hell
cool.
yeah.
That's what
I'm a
jazz
big
and pop. Oh, I'm sorry.
But
go
yeah,
ahead.
man. No, you're good. I'm a big music fan, man. I'll listen to anything that you send me. I'll give you what I think of it. See if it's what I would listen to. That man is literally has an accordion.
Which one?
Okay.
Yeah. Whoa. Where did that come from?
Wait,
somebody
did
right.
I miss something?
Somebody right here. Literally.
Oh, here
just
we go.
pulled
Dang.
an accordion, out of his link pocket. I don't know what he did here.
I guess if we're gonna play music, I won't play music.
That is man.
That's sick, dude. But yeah, like I said, I just and what I stream is I play video games, man. I play Destiny 2. I play a little bit of PGA Tour 2K21. I'll play other games, but right now my mainstays are the golf and the Destiny. So y'all guys come by and watch me get angry at people shooting me.
Hell yeah. Glad to have you. And your strain.
My favorite strain, for the ones that I tried, like I said, I live in a black market state, so I don't really get the really pleasure to really choose or pick or try stuff out. But back in the day, I would say God's Gift was something special.
And
I
haven't heard God's Gift in forever.
It's because I've heard that you don't. That's what I'm saying. I've heard that it's like a dead strain now, man.
I thought it went extinct.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think there's like seed banks that have it, but like that's like it's like a collection thing. They're never gonna plant it or something like that. But
yeah, I thought it just dried up in the San Bernardino region. Fuck.
Damn, thanks, Mike. I see your message there, but that's like one of my favorite bands right there. Jay Pistones has hopped into my stream before. Their drummer. Yeah, dude. All of them are super cool guys. As a matter of fact, all of them stream, I think. So you definitely check out Tesseract, guys, if you're able to get some time for that. But yeah, God's Gift was definitely one of my favorites. Wedding Cake is awesome. Jack Herrera. I'm a big hybrid guy, you know. So like I said, I don't really get the pleasure to really knowing what the strain I get, you know, from my guy. So I always tell him, if you like that, I'll get you more of that, And I said, and if you can get some more info on it, that'd be awesome. But he rarely gets the info, man. So I got mystery weed, baby.
Yeah,
we all been there.
We've been there.
So I mean, that's probably like 3 different types of bud in there. And
weed is like a box of chocolates.
At least in my state it is. And then I got like a little bit of swag, right? It was not really swag. It's actually fireweed. It's ground up and there's little popcorn nugs in there. But yeah, man, that's me, man. That's what I do.
Nice. Very cool. Well, I love having all you guys here today. And, I like to just kind of open up the conversation with something that usually some kind of like weed news story. I usually try to make it on a positive spin, but I got another one today that I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about. And, we don't have to stay on it. We can kind of go wherever we want with it, but just something to open things up. So a guy applied for a special VA status, special veterans status for his business where he is selling CBD. And I'll give you the skinny on it. Let me pull it right back up. So the application was for a status that's called the SDVOSB status, which is it's like disabled veteran statuses, so they get opportunities for contracts with this status, government contracts, and certain what do you want to call it? See, I'm high. Grants and government programs. And they would not grant him the status because he is running a business that sells CBD, which is made not from cannabis, but from hemp, which hemp is legal in the U.S. It was made legal under the 2016 Farm Bill. So they're really holding this guy off from being able to get everything that should be available to him at his disposal. And they're using the crux that it's from the same genus of plant as marijuana. Not that it's the same plant, but even because he has access then to use the VA logo, that if he happened to use that advertising his business, that would be them agreeing with or endorsing cannabis use. So, and I'll read what he says about it because it's kind of fucking weird.
CBD guilty by association.
Yeah, exactly. Oh God!
Here's the
this
name.
guy takes anti-inflammatories.
CBD snitching.
Here's the what the actual quote was. The name of the company is called Holistic Serendipity, and it's doing business as Native Cuticles out of Tampa. And they say if Holistic Serendipity LLC, Native Cuticles Tampa, were verified as a SDVOSB, it would be listed on the VA's vendor information pages database as a verified SDVOSB and would receive access to the VA's trademark for use on its marketing materials and website. Marijuana is still a controlled substance under federal law. Holistic Serendipity LLC doing business as whatever, is engaging in the sale, growth, or distribution of products derived from the same genus of plant as marijuana. For this reason, the VA cannot verify the business, which would grant the firm the ability to utilize the trademark and therefore may give the appearance that the VA is endorsing a company that promotes the use of a Schedule I substance. But CBD is not a Schedule I substance, right? Like, am I the only one missing something here, or am I missing
This
something?
is absurd. Like, absolutely absurd. That flies completely in the face of the 2016 ruling. Like, if that's going to be their justification, then can nobody have this same classification that sells like salads with poppy seed dressing or bagels with poppy seeds on them? Because that's technically going to be from the same species or whatever. That's going to fall in the same category
You failed drug
as
tests
any
over that.
other opium-based item.
Yeah.
Like, that's just absurd.
Yeah, you can fail drug tests by eating poppy. I find that hilarious.
Yeah, I've heard of friends who've done that, but like that's a good point. Is that it's like tangentially related, and yet they're just trying to lump it in. Clearly, because they've got a bone to pick. I mean, it sounds like these people are ideologically like inclined to not want this to go through or to go after this guy or whatever, and so like they can just like kind of like 6 degrees of whatever to yeet him out of the space, and that's fucked up because I think the stoners get a bad rep.
And CBD has been federally like accessible for several years now. It's not like a recent thing where they're like, oh well, we might be able to roll it back. Like, no, it's established.
Yeah, it's non-psychoactive.
Yeah, so and that's what I thought too. The guy said, the owner of the business said, being an injured veteran myself and having been prescribed different medications for what I was dealing with, I experienced firsthand how hemp helped to regulate and process my emotions, and also helped with physical ailments without the dependency or side effects. So like the guy's actually using it probably in lieu of much harder substances like they often put people on who are suffering from PTSD or any other various issues or ailments they may have that the big pharma can get their hands on and give you some pills for.
Yep.
So
What's so messed up about that is that these people fought for your country.
yeah,
I mean, you, as a person who went off to try to become a Marine, I didn't make it. I got injured there, so they sent me home. But story for another time. Oh, that's all right. No, I have a huge respect for our U.S. military, man. I always will. I always have. Mm-hmm. Now, when you have a person who has gone off and done what you've asked them to do for the country that you live in, and then you deny them medicine, right? Because you feel that it's illicit in some type of way, or it's wrong, or whatever the reason, it doesn't matter. Because this person should at least be able to, consume what he or she wants to be able to, regardless of status, regardless of, illegality, whatever it is.
Would you expand that to all drugs for veterans?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that's where you were going with this.
Yes. I
came in here with some base conversation.
What's up? Conversation, buddy.
What's happening, y'all?
How you doing, man? Good to meet
chilling.
you.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you all too.
You've been very controversial on Twitter. I've been enjoying it.
I am a controversial figure, very polarizing figure, it seems.
Respect. I just yelled at some people myself, so I'm a fan of it. So
I feel it. Sometimes it just be like that. Sometimes you're bored, you're swiping, you're like, why don't I talk some shit real quick?
Yeah. Well, you've been riling some people up, and I'm a fan of that, my friend.
I appreciate you.
Now I have to go look after this. I need to go.
I know.
I'm
Make sure you're sitting down, Kaaayliee.
Okay. I'm excited.
Hey, so I want to get EC in here on the Endless Cemetery in here and let him do an introduction as well.
Let me give me a sec. I'm fixing my camera setup because I just went live myself.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good. Take a moment. We were just talking about this case where like the VA denied this injured veteran status for his business that would allow him to get like federal contracts and get grants and stuff like that through the government because he was running a CBD business. And we're like, well,
trash.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, they'd rather have him on opiates and fucking other harder controlled substances.
Right,
and shit,
exactly.
And
if he was pushing perks, he'd be fine. But
exactly.
Yep.
I can kind of speak firsthand on that. Obviously, not from like a veteran status in any way, but as far as being prescribed really intense drugs, I had cancer as a child and was prescribed fentanyl, Ambien, Ativan, bottles of Percocet, like 200 in a bottle. And this was in the early 2000s, so things weren't necessarily as regulated the way that they are now. But it wasn't until I came across a doctor who actually said, like, we should probably cut these down. And, you know, I'm not legally supposed to be telling you this, but you could probably explore some alternative ways to self-medicate. And that truly changed my life.
I talk about it so much because it's like, it's at this point become a meme, but like, yeah, I'm from Baltimore, so I definitely know that people were getting busy with the pharmaceuticals back in the 2000s.
You ever been down to Florida where they just like basically write you scripts on street corners? They're like, yo, bro, take this straight to the doctor. You can get some perks. Like they sell like pieces of paper where you can just, like, get like, and it's wild because people get addicted to painkillers so quickly down there. Everybody I knew in Florida was like addicted to pills, and it was crazy. And then they're like talking about California, like, oh, is medical marijuana what we really need on the agenda right now? When all these people are like cracked out of their minds with like these little cheap cards that are just handing out for like, you know, whatever kind of prescription they can get. It's really sad.
Because they know that they can make millions and millions of dollars off these products and get people brainwashed into keep buying them.
And they don't want to regulate it. They want this to keep going. They want that to be open while they want to regulate the fuck out of marijuana.
Facts. It's just such a strange state of affairs. Like these legislators' sons' friends are ODing in the driveway while they're lobbying against cannabis. Like,
it doesn't make
for the
sense.
same
Like,
companies that are killing their
like
sons.
That's what I'm saying. You know, like here in my state, you know, they'll lock up anybody for a minuscule amount. They've been a little bit more lenient, you know, over some time, but like, you know, like in my state, we have the most privatized prisons in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So for every time someone gets locked up, that's money going into their pocket. Obviously not. They don't want to legalize marijuana because it's they're going to be losing money.
It's bad for business. Yeah.
It's bad for business. So it's a damn shame. You know, it should never have been the case. And on the fact with veterans, I mean, like I said, I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it until the day I die. These people fought for your country, man.
Hell yeah.
You know, like, give them whatever the fuck they want. If they want to shoot up heroin, let them do it. Don't
medical cocaine for veterans.
Exactly.
You know?
They sustained these injuries in the line of duty. Like that's, you know, that's the sacrifice they paid. So absolutely, I support you. I support that.
Give them.
Do you support it? Do you support it for everyone or just veterans? Or
everyone.
Other specific groups.
Drug addiction in general.
For everyone. Okay.
I was gonna say legalize all drugs for everyone because drug addiction itself should be. First of all, we know it's a consequence of capitalism.
I totally.
Most of the time,
that's why I'm like, if it's just for veterans, no.
Yeah,
like,
but it should be.
If I don't get mine, I don't support it.
I would
everybody.
At the very least.
No, definitely
all better
for
get
everybody.
ours.
I'm just saying, you know, these are the people that like defended our country to have, so you can have these thoughts and rights.
I understand why you're focusing on that because that's like where the most sympathy, honestly, can be lying because it's an obvious example. They deserve it. But if we want to expand it out to society, I actually agree with you in a lot of instances. You know, like we could talk about the drug war, all sorts of other instances that affect everyday American citizens. You were talking about capitalism, and you know, I'm not a socialist, but I actually agree with you in a lot of ways on that.
Oh yeah, it's the prison industrial complex. Even if you're not a socialist, like you can't, there's no way you could morally justify making money off of locking up other people. So there's the abolitionist viewpoint of it to where you want to reduce the number of people going in and out of the prison industrial complex. You want to destroy the drug war, but also if you're super horned up about the liberty aspect of it, these are citizens making choices to do what they will with their bodies. If you treat it as a medical issue, which is what it is, it would be more safe. You wouldn't have kids overdosing in the streets and shit. And it should be people's choice whether or not they want to be able to explore avenues to clean up, get better, and kick, or if they want to use safely just in the privacy. It's really nobody's business as long as they're not fucking like robbing people or out here doing whatever. It's really yeah,
I feel the same way. And you know, from what other countries have explored before, they've legalized, I forget the country, but they legalized almost everything.
Portugal did that. Portugal
did it. Amsterdam, I think the city has it.
But they have systems in place, you know, government systems in place that if people want to get help for their addiction, they can, and they get help. And what it does subsequently lowers the amount of deaths from like opioids or whatever drugs that are consuming people right now. you know, and by proxy, people will still be addicted to stuff.
We talked to,
but it's harm reduction. We're reducing the harm.
Literally,
Exactly.
That's
Reducing
the original intent by the phrase harm reduction. Thank you. I love you so much. Thank you.
I'm still here, by the way. My camera's just overheating.
I'm really
I
in favor of like
You're
regulated distribution, so that there's like a level of control on like how much individuals are getting, and making sure that people are like getting the right thing, and that what they are getting is what they know that they're getting, and that people are aware of like what dosages are and what they're taking. So, I mean, I appreciate the black market, and I'm glad that it exists in the places that it needs to exist. And I don't know that it'll ever not exist, but I do think that if it is being handed out, if you want to make sure people can, hey, take this and go home, like I want to make sure we're giving people an amount that, hey, come back again tomorrow, because I don't need to give you a week and a half's worth at a time and have you accidentally use it in one night.
Right.
That's true. But again, harm reduction. I mean, you know,
exactly,
and that places they give you the drugs you want, but they don't give you a lot.
I heard that harm reduction centers actually, like, well, somebody told me this who was involved in addiction counseling, said that a lot of harm reduction centers end up kind of looking like crack dens and stuff like that, and that actually like the recidivism rate, you know, like going back and like reusing and stuff like that is actually pretty bad at these places, even when they give resources. I mean, I'm still intellectually for them because I'd rather that there was somebody who was helping them out if they did OD, but I was always wondering, like, is there any way to like really run these places and get people to quit drugs and stuff like that?
Well, just about to. I'm sorry, you could go first. I was going to say something, but you go first.
No problem. I was going to say that in that same vein, babe, that person also identified that if our goal was to reduce overdose deaths, that these programs were 100% effective. So regardless of the other elements, they have completely reduced overdoses in that area that has access to it. So as a goal, as a targeted goal, that's pretty impressive.
I was going to say, that is true. I was going to say that. Thank you. But also the same thing as far as recidivism is true with the actual prison system. And we talked to, shout out to Gremlo. Well, he did a fundraiser for the Innocence Project a few weeks ago. They're based in Baltimore. He and I talked to a man by the name of Johnny Hincapie. He was one of several individuals that we talked to that was serving for a murder that he didn't commit, served 24 years of a 25 to life before the Innocence Project finally took up his shit and got him out, and now he's free and he's talking about it. But I asked him specifically because I thought it was important for people to know about as well. Even if you do the crime, you're doing your time, what are the avenues for becoming, you know, a model citizen, for rehabilitation? And he actually said that they're actually pretty few and far between. Like, people go to jail and they're just kind of fucked up. Like, you can get drugs in jail. The COs sell drugs a lot of the times. Like,
yeah, that's right.
Sometimes you gotta smuggle drugs in just to survive with the gangs and stuff.
Suitcase them shits, you know what I mean?
And, or, you know, something much worse.
Right. I mean, or it's just the total opposite end of the spectrum where you're just fucked and everybody treats you like shit because you're a junkie or whatever. Like, the second time I got locked up, my cellie was he was obviously a heroin addict or some kind of opioid addict. He was just fucked up. And that's kind of part of what radicalized me, because I was in there for a traffic violation. So I was already pissed off. But this is a guy that like clearly just needs help. He's like sweating and throwing up and hurling in the fucking toilet and shit next to me. And I'm just like, this is a fucked system.
Yeah, and I've heard of a lot of people who had to detox in prison from like age and shit. And I can't believe that that's like the first option. They're like, you know what, we're going to throw you in a cell. We're not even going to give you like the close medical attention that you need, or have a system that might like not only save your life, but prevent you from reusing. Like, they just throw you in a cell where you get like the most animalistic environment possible.
Yeah, plus
and then you have to detox.
And when you think about the dangers of overdosing,
unusual punishment, honestly. Really, we're putting these people in a medical crisis.
And if you think about it, alcohol is like the only like legal drug, and the withdrawal from that will kill you, and they'll throw you right in fucking jail and not think twice about it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's what they do when you get found drunk. They throw you in a cell. Like, the detox center is fucked.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, I'm in AZ and I've been in Tent City, Joe Arpaio's Tent City, and fuck, man,
damn.
They legit like fucking, there were people with those water balloon launchers that would launch drugs over the fence because it's a fucking yard. Like, you're in a yard in a tent. Like, you're legit in a fucking tent.
I love that. They're taking advantage of the structural problems with this whole project. You know, it's a fucked up project, but they're
It's
launching
the black
drugs
market.
over that.
The black market will always exist. But the black market will always offer at least a solution, if not the solution.
It was cheaper to get drugs in there than it was to use the vending machines. Like, the vending machines were that fucking expensive. It was ridiculous. Yeah. There was one guy in there who got bit by a brown recluse. I told a story before, but
oh fuck,
they left him in there for 4 days, and like they just kept telling us, "Well, just give him more Benadryl. Just give him Benadryl." His fucking the flesh was like bursting open on his foot. Like, it was gross, man. Like, you could see, like, he needed medical attention, and they were just like, whatever.
Give him more Benadryl.
You know, and
dude,
so finally,
pest control, bro. You don't want to get bit by one.
Oh, me too. Bro. Yeah, me too.
You don't want to do that shit. I've been bit by a black widow.
You've been bit by
no thank you.
You've been bit by a brown recluse
and a black widow.
Damn, that's like really hard to survive.
Black widows suck.
It's fucking awful. Like, and I love spiders. I think they're cool as shit. And that's not why I got bit. Like I said, I worked in pest control, man. I had to get under houses.
Yeah, you got like a bone to pick with spiders now. You're like, I'm gonna get every one of those fuckers.
I'm gonna be Spider-Man in a minute. No, you're gonna be dead.
Want to come home?
Yeah.
Exactly. No, but like, no.
I love spiders.
That's rough, Jason. Like, dude, like, what they did in the hospital for me, man, and they was like a miracle, you know. And for him to suffer that way, I could not imagine. I feel so bad for him. He made it. Did he make it?
He did. So,
lucky bastard.
But what happened was they had to like call his parents. They had attorneys like going to the fucking jail and shit. Like, I mean, it took like moving fucking mountains. Like, it's like, bro, we have an infirmary. Take him to the inside jail. And they're like, no, you're in Tent City. Fuck you, you know, tough shit.
You're a criminal.
Yeah. And most of the people in Tent City are in there for like stupid shit. It's usually like DUI, driving on suspended license. People are in there for child support, you know, things like that. It's never like these like severe things. So it's like
white collar crimes and shit.
Yeah, why treat these people bad? You know, like, I mean, they're not the murderers or anything, you know.
They're not violent criminals.
Yeah. They're not, I didn't even know of anyone that was in there for any assault charges or anything. It was all shit like that.
I've been to jail 3 times, and it's so funny, actually. I'll get to my point here, but like what they do, I've seen them throw people into prison or in jail with me that are like desperately needing to go to the hospital. Like, I mean, then they just didn't care. I said, guys, you know, I can't speak for your jobs, man. I'm not a cop. I don't, you know, but this is a human being, and he's dying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they were like, "Fuck," you know, and they did something about it. But still, you know, that situation, you can't. This is why they need to destigmatize like drugs and stuff, man. Like, honestly, this is yes, it's a problem, but it's only a problem if you make it more of a problem by saying that these people are the reason why.
Yeah.
No, it's not. You need to figure out the real reason why it's a problem, right?
Deaths of despair.
Relegate and fix that.
Yeah.
And then work from there.
Because deaths of despair, which, you know, are, you know, deaths, you know, that can be due to suicide, drug addiction, you know, starvation even, you know, depression. These come from a system. These deaths of despair come about because of a system that's unforgiving and is inattentive to mental health care. And, you know, I think that is really at the root of everything. And if we were more willing to accept that we need to work on that as a country, and then again legalize this shit, legalize everything, because I do believe that you should legalize everything, and then have a really good support system in place so that there are means for people to get kick if they're ready to kick, so that they can use the substances they want to use safely. Also, I think that, you know, the education around it would obviously have to be much different, but, you know, like, you could give somebody a better education around it, you know, a more intelligent education around it than the shit we got in fucking DARE class. You know, if any of you guys had to do DARE, it was a total.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about DARE.
I had DARE. But
yeah, DARE too.
It just encouraged me to do drugs.
Maybe I tried to forget about Dare. Doesn't even make me feel too bad about my decisions.
Yeah, I remember like it actually taught me more than I probably should have known at that age. And then I was more curious because I'm a curious kid. And also I got told a lot of things that drugs did too, which made you, and me being like prepubescent, I think I was like 11, maybe when I did Dare, and they're telling me that like cigarettes and drugs, you know, make you lose weight. And my, you know, little brain, when I'm a young kid, I'm like, oh, there you go. Okay.
For like women who use drugs, I think that's a big element. Like
it's
I think
huge.
I know so
it's one of the reasons why I went back so many times. And
because as soon as you stop, you gain weight, and then you start to feel bad about yourself, and then you want to use
the Coke float. Yes, it's real. It's a real thing. And so I am almost a year and a half sober now, and it's crazy because they have these programs when you're so young, and they teach you all these things. But when I went to start getting sober as a 20-year-old, there's nothing for young kids my age. I walked into NA meetings and it's all old men just staring at me. I don't want to talk. Every time I talked, they looked at me like my experiences were nothing. There's no programs for younger people as you get older. Like, I just wish they had something for younger kids, right? Because especially before I got sober, when I was like in really bad active addiction, my life was totally fucked up at this point because of it. And getting sober didn't feel like an option because I've only been addicted to drugs for about like 3 years or so. And it was like, it didn't feel like I could get sober because I wasn't in it long enough or did anything, because it just wasn't an option. Like, I just feel like if there was more like education around it at this point, and like more spaces for people to go and have sober fun, I feel like it would be a lot better. Yeah,
that's true too.
Yeah, I was
less golf courses, more parks.
Yeah, like I don't want to go bowling to have sober fun. That's not even fun sober, you know? Like,
I was gonna say this is like abstinence only education is what I was hearing right there. Like Dare is like abstinence only. Dare is like never do drugs ever, and if you do, you're a drug addict. And so like when you're growing up, doing drugs, drinking, getting fucked up, this is all like part of your experience. And there are like complex motivations for that. Everything from like, you know, the Coke float like you were talking about, to like things like generally like, you know, like the elements of like somifying yourself and just being able to numb your feelings and stuff. There's so many reasons why people would want to do it that exist in different extremes. And to just say, don't do any of it. Yeah, it always comes back. But you know, it's like it's true. Like a lot of these things just kind of come back to the fact that we don't tell people, you know, maybe you're gonna try drugs occasionally, maybe you're gonna party, maybe you're gonna get fucked up, and you're gonna have a really good time when you did it too. But sometimes if you do that too much, it's gonna fuck up your life. We don't have like a realistic perspective on that, and it sucks that like people, you know, like in Kaaaylee's position, don't have somewhere that they can go and realistic resources. And also, it's kind of sad that, you know, it sounded like a Zendaya in a fucking Euphoria, the thing you were describing, where there's like, you hope there's that one old man who gets you in like the NA meetings. And
you know, there kind of is. That's my sponsor, right? Like I could never go to a meeting without my sponsor, because like that was my safety net, you know? And I'm a pretty social person. Even when I was getting sober and I was extremely weak and had no self-confidence or anything, I'm still okay when I have to be in social situations. And this just made me like, I didn't feel like I wasn't safe there. I felt more scared to go there than I didn't know. I didn't like it.
Very place.
Yeah, what really helped though was there was online ones, especially because I actually went to them online at first, and then I tried to go when they went back in person. Then I went in person, and it sucked. I don't know if it's still a thing, but there was an amazing resource that was like a online 24/7 meeting, and there was like 100 people in it at a time. You raised your hand, eventually you could go, but I just like to listen, and it was really nice because you could just listen to it. It's like a podcast. It's like this, right?
Yeah.
It was a Zoom call. It was amazing, and I don't know if it's still a thing, but it was ran out of America. But it was that's something I recommend to every person that I meet that is trying to get sober, because you can just put it on when you fall asleep, and then maybe you go through a few stories that are like, okay, nice to hear ya, and then there's that one person where you're like, yeah, and you can cling on to it, and that's all you're waiting for is that one person. But yeah, the irony of it is I actually got addicted to it when I was getting sober, and that's what helps so much. So I like to listen.
Group?
Yeah, I do it
like
with people too sometimes. Yeah,
like
I just
addicted to sobriety.
Like you binge watch something, right? That's
a
a
real
form
thing.
of like being addicted to something. Is like intensely binge watching something, and that's okay,
Right.
But like
you have such an intense emotional connection to it, and that feels good.
Hell yeah.
Of course you want to go back to it.
So much serotonin when you don't have anything,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
And it's
literally
the weight
Club,
too. The come up waiting for it to happen.
Well, and it becomes your sense of community too, because a lot of times when you're like going through recovery, like you lose a lot of your like social connections at the same time because your lifestyle changes so dramatically.
You just got to be careful of the 13th steppers. Do you know what that is?
13 steppers. I've heard the term.
So a 13th stepper is somebody who goes to groups, who looks for emotionally vulnerable people who are at the lows, like through drug addiction and tries to
sells them
sleep
drugs.
with them. Yeah. No, doesn't try to sell them drugs, tries to sleep with them traditionally.
That's true.
Like they like end up like kind of infiltrating the groups. And if you do like sleep with someone because of this reason, they call it being 13th stepped. It's
oh my god. Some weird like PUA type shit.
That is very
strange. That's not pickup artist stuff. That's like drug addict stuff.
I mean, if it's for like, I don't know, man. I wouldn't say that's like the most.
Why do I feel like
I'm
a
not
monster,
against sex.
right?
It's just like.
Oh no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I knew what you were talking about immediately when you said that. Don't feel bad. That's why I had that reaction.
I'm like, do I sound like a sexual predator by knowing this?
No.
You sound like somebody making people aware of sexual predators.
It sounds like you have some.
That is exactly it. When I talk about this stuff, I'm trying to make people aware. I hang around a lot of guys. I've seen some creepy behavior. I'm just saying, this shit is out there.
Yeah.
Dude, I work in a liquor store, man. I see some shit.
I used to be a bouncer at a few bars, yeah.
Yeah, no. If you got to be a bouncer at a bar, yeah. I'm just saying. Because
They were chill bars, though. The one nightclub was not chill, and I had to quit because I worked there for 3 nights, and all 3 nights I had to be involved in some shit. So I was like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah, I've bounced for a nightclub. I would never do that job again. I don't care how much they pay me. It was fun. It's just I would never do the job again. It's just.
Did you like defending yourself in that situation?
No, I just would rather be, because the other bars that I did security at were just like, it's just the band is gonna play, and the only thing you're looking out for is people trying to wash X's off their hands. That's pretty much it. And just because of the nature of it, just like trying to look out for fucking like neo-Nazis and like shithead skins and shit that have been banned for being creepy or whatever.
Yeah.
Or that's it. Like nothing
we had like a book of people that were not allowed to come into the club, and
for sure.
Too, and like it like they would try to like disguise themselves, and we would know like, Dave, you can't come in, dude. Like it's like
damn it, Dave.
It's the reason why we have these policies that you're not allowed here. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, I've known like people who bounce bars who like legitimately like the act of defending themselves when like people come at them and act like
those people exist, and they're mostly those people are kind of bozos. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I usually don't like those people, but
yeah, I think John
I would defend myself of a situation.
Yeah, I
don't get off on the fact that I do it.
Yeah,
what's
the phrase? It's you're only peaceful if you're capable of great violence. If you're not capable of great violence, you're not peaceful, you're harmless. Is that how it goes?
I've heard that saying.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Sounds like a real thing.
No, it's just because, like, look, man, like, I don't want to hurt nobody. Like, I would rather try to de-escalate the situation instead of you having to try to punch me. Which I've had people try to punch me, and I still was able to de-escalate the situation. I said, hey, man, I'm asking you to leave because other people are asking you to leave. I'm just trying to do my job, stuff like that. Just be like, look, I know you've had a good time. Let's go talk outside. Talk about it. How you
even to like hook other people up, like, yo, take the spot, take it to, it's still a young night. Go to this bar, or like there's this show popping down the way.
Chill,
It's better to talk people down for sure. Like,
oh yeah,
I know.
I've only had to use violence ever one time, and I'll never do it again.
I used to scrap a lot when I was really young, like when I was in high school and just out of high school, and then I started getting I got back into like my martial arts studies and stuff, and like I don't know, after I started sparring with people that knew how to fight and like could really hurt somebody, like versus like fighting your friends
different.
or whatever.
That'll wake your ass up.
Yeah.
Martial arts too, man, and like you think you know how to throw a punch, and then you get punched by an actual puncher. You know what I'm saying? You're
even
fuck.
And, like,
even if you can like hold your own, it's still just a shitty situation because you're like, I'm gonna have to expend so much energy now, and it just sucks. Would rather not.
And I think what I was getting at is like when you start seeing like what the repercussions actually are, and you start thinking like, damn, I could hit this guy and he could crack his skull on that fucking parking curb. Yeah, it's like fuck, like, I'm not where I don't want to fucking chance that shit. I got other shit.
And then there's some people when that happens, they'll be like, "Yeah, stay down, motherfucker."
Right. I mean, I've had situations where I've had to be like, "Fuck, I cannot hurt this guy this hard, man." It's like I've had to learn how to control how much force I need to use to actually control the situation, and the fact that I've learned that kind of disgusts me, because I know that I could potentially really, really hurt somebody or kill somebody, which I don't want to do. I mean, these people are obviously inebriated. They're not all there.
Seems rational.
Exactly. So I don't want to fuck them up more. I want them to get away safely, get home safely, so they can take care of themselves.
I think we should give them a mandatory joint.
That's that peaceful thing though we're talking about though.
For sure.
When they are acting up rowdy, you just be like, shut the fuck up and hit this. Jesus Christ.
No.
They light that up. They're like, oh, I'm sorry. I was taking life seriously for a second. Oh, my bad. Here you go. Brother, do you want to listen to some records? I got some snack food,
Exactly.
I've never actually like been in a real fight, but I truly believe I could win. I don't know if that's like I just feel like I could.
Know.
There's just something that I'm like,
you definitely need that. It's something that's very important to have.
So many fights are won by sheer will.
How the fuck I was standing in some of these fights that I've been is a miracle. I've got my ass.
Who wants to step up to the creator boxing match against Kaaayliee now? That's the real question.
Just learn some like super defensive, like fucking like judo or BJJ or something. So you're not like risking you're just throwing people and holding them until they stop. Just stop, dude. I got you. Just stop.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've learned a little bit of BJJ.
It depends. If it's like a hot girl I'm fighting, I'm definitely gonna lose. I'm just be like, oh no, I don't think I could do it.
Oh, I can't get up. Oh my god.
I love a different situation.
Oh, you
I'll
missed.
lay down
You
for
missed.
20 more
Just try
seconds.
again.
Don't hit me.
One more time.
I was gonna
still this time.
I was going to say, I would recommend Genevieve for like the celebrity boxing match thing, but I don't want to see that, honestly, with you two throwing fisticuffs. But if you want to wrestle, that's totally fine, okay?
The martial art that's most commonly taught to the police is Aikido.
Yep.
Because with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you have to roll around on the ground with
grounds.
them.
That's
but
true.
Aikido, you tend to stay on your feet and put them on the ground. And then it actually has things where you can free up your hand so you can draw your sword or pull your handcuffs or whatever you're supposed to be doing.
If you need to do it,
it was like the
My last sensei was a police officer, and he taught us how to like go around all the police officer techniques and shit.
Yeah.
He's like, here's what they're gonna do, and here's what you need to do to counter that. And it was awesome.
Dude, that's so
my first martial arts instructor was a police officer too, or a guy who trained
great
police.
Great for riots.
Right.
Yeah, ready for riots. That should be his tagline on the dojo.
Ready for riots.
Totally reverse.
Black Tiger Dojo.
Stuff,
ready
man.
for riots. God damn, everybody would sign up for that place.
Oh, we lost somebody.
Oh.
He disappeared.
I'm like kind of high, and I was trying to figure out who left. I was like, wait, who am I missing? Yeah, I'm like.
Somebody is become
bored with the conversation with us. Psh, I see how it is.
Did he leave, or is he still here? No, he left.
Yeah, he's like out the channel. Maybe Discord's been crashing on people a lot lately. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he didn't leave because because I think he wanted to say something. I don't want to be that guy.
He's like,
He's back. See, I knew it.
Hey.
Hey.
Rejoins the fray.
I can't hear you, bud.
Oh, I said sorry about that. Discord crashed.
Yeah,
I knew it. See, I called it.
I was hoping that
it doesn't to everybody
because we were like interrupting you because I know you were trying to say something earlier, and I was like, No, man. So I felt bad because I know I'm really bad at interrupting people. So, and if I do that, you check me on it. I'll be like,
Hey, bud, this is the StonerCast. If I get too mad, there's like one suggestion for all of that, and it. What the hell is it anyway?
Is it involve a bong? Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'll hold whatever we got up to that one.
Oh, mine is dead.
Well, I'm
I
sure
actually
you're very high
walked to
already.
get another battery.
This is
I
what
am
the
very
hose is
high already.
connected to.
I was just thinking I might get something else though, because I feel
Oh, fuck.
like I should be still smoking.
My camera's moving
you know?
around on me.
That looks like a bowl of salad.
That's a sick grabber. That's a
Oh.
sick grabber.
Yeah, dude,
Nice.
that's the stunted glass, man. That thing's bad.
That's cool.
Hell yeah. I want one, man, but I don't want to think. I want to fork over the $500 for it right now.
Yeah, I saved up for 2 years for it. Like,
Hell
it
yeah.
took
You
me.
got, you got like the special
Worthwhile
version, though,
investment.
right?
What's that?
Did you get like an in particular version, or is it just like a basic stunted? Or...
I got the student, cookies version, the blue one.
Oh, right on, yeah. So
Damn,
what,
the
like
cookies. Damn.
1200.
Well, because I got the cookies stunting glass, and then I have my G Pen Connect hooked up to it, which is also a cookies G Pen Connect.
Right.
So I just wanted all the blue to match. I don't know. I'm a Chargers fan. I love like the powder blue color, so like I'm always kind of looking for that. So I was like, when that shit came out, it was just like I gotta have it, dude. I'll like.
So
This
how
is
much did you
that
drop on it?
internalized capitalism fucking still stuck in my head, dude.
Yep. Hell yeah. I'll keep buying bongs. I don't care. They're awesome.
So
I mean, if it's like that kind of stuff, I feel like glass blowing and shit is kind of different because it's almost like art. So
Exactly.
it's like
You're buying. I feel like you're buying art. Now you can buy, like I
Yeah.
said, you can buy shit.
you could
pieces
definitely
of
buy
glass.
like DH gate glass, like pieces of shit, like
Yeah,
gas
honestly,
station
yeah.
glass.
This
Mhm.
has been a daily driver for years, man. I mean, this thing is actually really, really cool, but it's just it's a
My
pain in the
thing's-
bitch to clean.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
it sucks, man. And
Just
It
like
looks
as long as that
pretty.
shit's blown in the USA, it's cool. I'm good.
exactly. This wasn't China blown. None of the stuff
Right.
that I have was China blown. I can tell.
I feel that shit.
But
Maybe a
yeah,
couple
no,
fingers.
I got it. I got
Probably.
a sale on it.
It's
There
all
was a
good
sale
now.
on it.
So how much did you spend?
So
We don't
I got
wanna
it. I think total was like I got the stunning glass and I got an extra globe for it, and I paid $568.
Okay, that's not so bad. I've seen. Was it Maddie just posted this link where he says there's this gravity pipe with stand and it's made out of like that's great. That's hilarious. It's all 3D printed with like
Oh,
mason
that
jars.
shit's so
That's-
good.
Oh shit!
Dude, that's so funny.
Damn,
That is
you're
fantastic.
gonna have to send me that one for reasons.
Dude, that's so funny. No,
Sorry.
I would support other glass blowers in different countries. Absolutely.
Just
I
not.
wouldn't have to
It's
spend money,
it's
but-
like
Hell yeah!
I mean, I
I'll
don't
support a
mind paying
glass
little
blower in
extra
another
for
country, but I think like the
True.
point was like why you don't buy DH gate type glass is because
Oh,
these
like
aren't
mass-produced
good-
glass.
Yeah, that's mass produced glass. It's not like
Punch glass is what I like to call it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not something that's helping anybody. Here's a
A Trojan bong.
I mean,
here's
they'll,
a
they'll
3D
work in
printed
they'll
version.
work in a pinch. I mean, it's just like the quality is not there from like an actual piece that you could buy. You know? from, like,
Yeah, it's a
artist.
lose-lose. You're not gaining in quality, and you're not really supporting anything based.
Yeah. Now that being said, the ash catchers I have, they might be DH, but at the same time, I got them off a website called Pot Porn. It's like I said, it's a guy he's a YouTuber. He's really cool. He sent me a message, sent me this piece for free because I bought the Big Klein recycler. I showed it earlier, but I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, I fuck with the recyclers heavy.
Yeah,
That's
Nice.
fucking nice.
right now. Yeah, this thing chugs too, man. But yeah, he sent me like this little Christmas tree percolator right
Oh,
here,
yeah.
and then he sent me these for free, and they're probably DH glass. I mean,
It's whatever though. It's just like
honestly, it was like for free. So
Right,
I'm
yeah.
gonna take it, you know.
the
But,
right. I've been fucking with recyclers and inlines lately.
Yeah,
Right on, dude.
inlines are fucking nice. I do like inlines. I'll fuck with those quite a bit.
Yeah.
The one I got
You guys-
right now is kind of fucking weird. I don't even. It's kind of like a. I don't know what the fuck.
Let's see it.
It's got it's got to be
like,
in it.
So like a Christmas tree perk, like like a tree perk down there, kind of, or
yeah. And there's another little perk on the
like
bottom.
a dome perk.
Yeah.
Or like
Ross
mushroom
y'all
perk
ever smoke
almost.
a joint though? Yeah. Actually. No, I can roll a joint by hand, but honestly, don't fuck around.
I use those for a while, but they always fall apart on me. So what I started doing is using the glass tips, like the Cypress Hill fucking like glass tips, and it makes you roll perfect every time.
But
bro, I got a collection of those things. I got a fucking huge collection of those funky field tips, dude. I got a whole drawer full of them, dude. I love those things.
I gotta send you some Georgia beer, bro. And I got some. I want you to take a look at this bad boy right here. This thing is goofy as fuck. Hold on, not that one.
Hey, Em, tell him about the vape exhale while he does that.
Vape exhale?
What did we have with that? It's like I don't know, like a foot heat up base, and then there's 2 attachments that can go on top. One can be for concentrate, one can be for flowers, and then
is it the Puffco?
No, it's called Vape Exhale.
Vape Exhale.
I know the one. It's kind of similar, right?
We saw it when we were on vacation in San Francisco. We saw these people like smoking out of this space age thing that they were just flipping on and like dialing in the temperature with like an LED display and everything. And we were like, that looks dope as fuck. We need to take one of those home with us. And then when we found out that it does concentrates and flowers, we were really getting into dabs at the time. So that was just like all of our dreams come true. We didn't have to fuck with a blowtorch. I actually sent I sent myself to the hospital with a blowtorch one time. We knocked over a bowl. We did the ceramic thing, we heated it up and it fell over and I didn't know it was heated, so I was just like, oh, this is on the table, and I picked it up and my fingers just sizzled like I just screamed this note I've never been able to sing in my entire life. And then they sent me straight to the hospital and pumped me full of Dilaudid, and then it kind of hurt less.
So
I was also going to compliment you on the laboratory you got going on back there. I was just fully taking it in, what I can see. You got the instruments, you got the CRT with the Xbox and the Dreamcast.
I love it when people point out the video game stuff even more than the music stuff by this point, honestly.
I just realized that's a CRT. Rad, dude.
Yeah, that's a Sony Trinitron right there. That's what I played all the Final Fantasies on. That's what I played all my PlayStation and Super Nintendo experiences on. My mom sold all my video games when I was a kid because she thought that adults don't need to play video games, so she just sold it all at a garage sale. So as my adult life proceeded, this is like my life project to rebuild what she sold for nothing.
I feel
awesome.
I like it.
That's my sad story. That's my damage.
Yeah. So Jason, this beer I got, it's a pomegranate and blueberry sour ale.
Ooh, I like sours. Right. Sours are good.
Check this out. It's called Prometheus.
Damn it.
That sounds tight. It looks that's a cool can.
I like the bottle the can.
It's by 3 Taverns Craft Beer here in Atlanta, Georgia. Dude.
Nice.
So it starts out like a sour, finishes like a beer. It's so wild, man. I need to send you out a couple of those, man. They're sick.
Hell yeah.
Those sound incredible.
I'm always up for some good beers, that's for sure.
And I was gonna say, man, maybe we could do a trade, man, for a couple of those glass tips.
Oh, for sure.
Is this a bartering attempt?
No, maybe. No, but
it was a good one. It was a good one.
I'm on there.
You led with what you had to offer first.
Alcohol percentage is, I think, it's 5, solid 5.
5's good.
A couple of these will do the job.
Yeah. Like once
they taste great, man. So.
Oh yeah.
Once you get up over like 7.5, 8, I'm like, man, that's too much for a beer. Like we're talking about like barley wine at this point.
Look, I have an argument against that. There's a Belgian style triple called Golden Monkey by Victory. Okay? That is one of the smoothest beers I have ever drank in my life. It's a 9.5. It's a little heavy, but God almighty, that beer is so good, dude. It is so... I think you could probably find it out where you're at, man. It's by Victory, Golden Monkey. It's so good.
I'll check it. I'll look for it. I'll look for that.
Yeah, it's really good, dude. I gotta be careful, and because I work at a liquor store, man, and we carry it.
I feel
right because I'm like, dude, I'm gonna buy a box of this, and be okay for a while, Yeah, dude. No,
then it's gone in the night, and you're like, "Fuck, what happened last night?"
Yeah, no. They used to make an Imperial, which was a 13.
Ooh,
Just as smooth.
Ouch.
Damn.
Dude, this bro.
that sounds like something that get you in some trouble. Yeah.
BTFO.
Listen, so I was sitting on my buddy's couch, right? This is probably one of the drunkest I have ever been in my life. Okay, and it's off beer, which is so rare for me. So he's like, "Here, dude, try this beer. It's solid." I go, "What is it?" He's like, "It's Business Top Triple, man. He's like, "You like Blue Moons and shit." I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure, I'll drink it." And I'm like drinking it. It's like, "Fuck me, man, this is fucking good shit." He goes, "Yeah, it's pretty awesome." And so I'm drinking. He goes, "Yeah, man, you want another one?" I go, "Yeah, sure, man." Dude, I had 4 of these motherfuckers, and I was drinking on a 5th. And I was like, "Dude, I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go for a wee, man. I'll be back." I stand up. I pissed myself, dude. It was very embarrassing. And
Pants is cool. Consider me Miles Davis.
The most dignified ending of all.
Right.
First of all, I think my friend he knew, but he wasn't fucking telling me, and I think he like videoed it and like on his phone. And I think he told me he videoed it, but he's like, "Dude, but I lost that phone." So there's a video out there of you pissing on yourself drunk as fuck. So if you ever see it on the internet any day, that's my bad. I was like, dude, I already make an ass of myself on the internet anyway, so it's cool, bro.
That's the kind of controversy that blows up your Twitch channel, you know?
Dude, I was thinking about, I have some adventures to like actually turn into a film, man. I got great stories.
Yeah, you were saying like we filmed him pissing himself and then put it up on the internet, and before you know it, he committed Roblox and his ghost haunted all of us on the internet. I swear that's the plot to some movie I've seen recently. I watched too many movies though, to be fair.
Yeah, dude, I love movies, so like
Same.
But yeah, no,
I'm a horror fan.
Me too.
I like a little bit of everything, man. I like a little bit of
horror
everything.
predominantly here. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
I like more psychological fillers, you know.
I like those too. I guess I like Jellos, and I guess that would kind of fit under that category depending on the category of Jello you watch. But yeah, or the quality of Jello rather.
Yeah.
So I just watched this movie
I don't know what that means.
today.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what
Jello
Jello is.
Jello.
I'm sorry, is that a stupid
I think we were
question?
unanimously confused, brother.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, yeah,
So Jello actually, it's the Italian word for yellow, and it comes from like shitty like mystery pulp novels. They used to have yellow colors, and it influenced this genre of films that came out in like the 70s and the early 80s, which were like kind of mixed in and coming off the tail end of like the exploitation era of like cinema.
Yeah.
And they were basically the precursor to what we would know as like slasher films. So stuff like Halloween is influenced by these movies, where
I've
basically
heard of those before, but I haven't seen any personally, but I've heard about them.
My favorite one I'd probably say, I don't know if it's really considered Jello, but Dario Argento's Opera. It's also my favorite Dario Argento movie. But he was really good friends with George A. Romero. If you guys have heard that,
Oh
he
yeah.
did Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, his daughter is Asia Argento.
Oh yeah.
He's done.
Yeah.
He did Suspiria. Yeah, he did the original Suspiria.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's got some Jello films.
dope.
Lucio Fulci, who made Zombie, which was like the Italian sequel to Dawn of the Dead. That wasn't really a sequel because George A. Romero didn't sign off on it, so they just called it Zombie there. But like, yeah.
Have you guys seen French slasher horror movies?
I haven't, but I have a friend who's
Like
been
fucking
doing-
like Martyrs. Have you seen Martyrs?
I haven't seen that.
Martyrs was interesting. Did you see Haute Tension?
Yeah, I saw that one as well.
Yeah,
that
Martyrs,
was a great
Martyrs
movie.
is
High
the
Tension
most
was
violent
excellent.
movie I've ever seen in my life. The French are
Dude,
fucked up. That's all
We
I
got
gotta
some
say.
connoisseurs
Martyrs
here.
was pretty fucked up. Martyrs was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, Martyrs, like the opening scene is just a family like in the kitchen having breakfast, like having a pleasant conversation, and then the dad goes and answers the door, and there's this girl waiting there with a shotgun and kills all of them. It's like already like super intense, and then these mobsters start coming after the girl, and then they're like, there's this whole power struggle for the house and stuff like that, kind of like Parasite, I guess. It's a really fucked up, violent movie, and I loved every second of it. It was really good.
Have you guys seen that movie The Sadness yet? It came out in 2021. Ooh, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's super gory. It's so good. It's an Asian film. I'm not sure. I think it's like I don't know where it's from. Maybe Taiwan. There's a lot of references to Taiwan.
Maybe Korea. Usually, dude, Korea has some killer horror movies, dude. Like,
yeah.
I mean, absolutely some of the best in the world. Japan.
Even the old school shit. Yeah, for sure. Like Tetsuo and shit.
Yeah, Tetsuo, yeah.
Oh yeah. That's some fucking good shit right there.
Well, I saw a recent film. It was pretty violent. It was a Korean film, I think, called there's actually two of them. I think it was directed by the same guy. It was The Man from Nowhere. And
that one was crazy.
And
it wasn't really horror, but it was like action thriller. Like,
and I think another one was like called Now You See Me. I don't remember exactly, but it was kind of similar. But it was more like a business side. I can't remember the name of the film.
I think it was maybe it was Now You See Me, because that's
Now You See Me.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I saw the one that was a magic movie about that.
No, not that one. No.
Yeah, there's
never mind. I was thinking of the magic.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were thinking of that.
No, not that one.
There's like a business thing on the front. I was like, yeah. It's like,
there's just this one fight scene I can remember from that.
It's like a Korean business, it's like the business. I don't know like the lore per se, but it's basically like there's like a power struggle going on between different businesses or different conglomerates of they run the country. One guy's like a hitman, and he's trying to, he has to kill this girl. It's really generic, but it's very it's very deep, man. I cannot remember the name of it.
Hitman, Kill Girl. I'm on board so far.
No,
hell yeah, let's go.
It's actually really good. I suggest everyone check it out if you can find it.
I fuck with cheesy martial arts, post 2000s martial arts movies too. You guys fuck with The One? Did you guys fuck with Jet Li back in the day?
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite movies in the whole world is Fearless.
I love all the Hong Kong style wirework martial arts too. That shit's fucking cool. Yeah. I'll watch the fuck out of that shit.
Can I mix it up just a little bit? Because maybe this is a bunch of toxic male energy in here where we're all talking about horror movies and martial arts and shit. What kind of movies do Genevieve and Kaaayliee like is what I want to know.
Let's do that.
I'm just I try to watch the movies that you have to use I use subtitles when I watch things normally, but for some reason when it's in a different language and I have to read the subtitles, I just can't get I try and I can't get through it. I couldn't even do Squid Games because I hate the lip overlapping with the words. I can't stand it. It drives me insane.
So
you can't watch any anime, huh? Anime is out of the question for you, huh?
I haven't watched any anime. No.
It's acquired. You really have to learn yourself to do it. Because it took me a long time to really get into foreign film and anime and stuff. I always liked anime because there was always dubs when I grew up.
I like Animal Crossing. I play a lot of Animal Crossing. That's not anime, but that's my hobby. I don't have time to watch anime. I guess.
I'm thinking about getting a Switch.
What about you, Jen? What kind of movies do you like, Genevieve?
I've just never had an interest in it. If I wanted to, I would. I never really had an interest in anime. But
what's your favorite movie, Kaaayliee?
I see you up there. I see you.
See, that's why it's so hard because growing up, I always just watched movies that I wasn't supposed to, and so that was my childhood. It's just watching. I never really cared about I just, as long as it was sort of bad, that's what I wanted to watch.
If you weren't supposed to see it, then
exactly.
What's a movie that you were not supposed to watch that stood out to you the most?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, I can never find it. Holy crap. Okay, so I've been trying to find it for ever since this time, and it was actually a movie about, it's gonna sound really weird, but it was actually really interesting to watch when I was maybe 10 years old. It was about a 14-year-old girl, and she was reading about sex and was interested in it and stuff like that. And then it was it was a beautiful movie. It was really weird, but it was a room with a bunch of pretty plants and stuff like that. And I've been trying to find it because even if it was a super weird Kevin Spacey movie or something that is because I know I was always obsessed with weird. I'm rambling because I'm high, so don't mind me.
Ramble on, as they say.
I really enjoyed the fucked up movies, what is it called? I liked Virgin Suicides, and I liked
good one.
American Beauty.
That's what I'm trying to think of, the Kevin Spacey one. I was obsessed with that movie.
Yeah.
He lives around here. He lives in this area.
It was really fucked up to find out everything after he did that movie because you're
Yeah,
like, oh god,
totally
of course he
makes him
played the
look
character
cool.
so
Kevin
good.
Spacey is a
Yeah.
treasure. All of
I
his
have a
work
buddy.
should be cherished.
It was so disappointing. I was like, oh fuck,
That's
I
the
can't
problem
appreciate
with
this
him.
movie anymore. I can't
Hey,
There's a
appreciate
problem
David
with being a
Bowie
good
banged an
actor.
11-year-old. I still love Ziggy Stardust. Okay.
basically basically I would watch every like kind of weird movie that I had access to because like I still like, or honestly because I would click random things on the websites like the way you could play movies for free and I would just like find random movies that were like super cheesy and
It's
I
wearing a
loved them for
donut.
some
Sorry,
reason.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. It's a cat wearing a donut.
Yes,
Leave his
that's
beans
funny.
alone. He's chewing at his beans, so we got to give him the donut.
Oh no.
And now he's trying to eat my food.
Aw.
Come on, go down
Oh,
there.
no. Don't chew your bean. You need
He's
that.
so adorable.
He's pretty
I
cute.
miss him.
I know you do.
But needless to say, I
Oh, yeah.
don't really have much. I don't really think I have a favorite movie right now. I've been really disappointed. The new Superman, or not Superman, sorry, Spider-Man was really cool. But I'm not a Marvel fan. But that was my most recent one that I watched like in theaters and like went to go see. It was I really enjoyed it. It was a great movie. Whenever I watch Marvel movies, I'm always like pleasantly surprised. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Some of these are actually really good.
They're definitely entertaining. I mean, they have like $1 billion behind them, so they better be halfway good.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've been really bad with like trying to keep up with stuff because it's all just feels like so overdone now. So and like I
Yeah.
don't really like rewatching things. So like, because then I know what's gonna happen. So I honestly forget my favorite movie. But anyways, that was my long ass story about it.
And I rewatch things all the time because my short-term memory is terrible. So.
Well, I rewatch shows like Superstore and The Office. I've watched a lot of times.
Oh,
And I love reality TV. I really do. The good, like, Too Hot to Handle. That's a great show. I really like that one.
I've never heard
every
of that.
episode of that.
Oh no.
It's not our proudest accomplishment, but we did.
Uh-oh.
It
We got
happened.
there. We got
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You
Lost
dropped.
somebody.
Oh no.
She'll be back.
Oh, Kaaayliee was on a
She'll
good
be-
one. She had to get yeeted.
Yeah.
She'll be back.
It's the damn FBI.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then talking about her not
Feds.
necessarily favorite movie. Like we gotta take her down.
This is too much. We gotta cut her out.
We gotta cut her off.
That
public
PBD on
doesn't need to
screen
see
is
this.
tangentially related to marijuana. Take him out.
Take him out. All right, Jen. So what's your favorite movie?
I have like kind of a broad spectrum taste in movies. I do like horror. I worked for Universal Studios Hollywood for a while, and
Nice.
I helped manage the Halloween Horror Nights operations, and that was
Oh,
super
yeah.
dope.
That's
I
fucking
fucking
cool.
loved it. My office was actually next door to the director of The Walking Dead, and so I would have like zombies going up and down my hallway all the time. I would have to ride the elevator with them.
Wow.
I'm
That's
totally
awesome.
into horror, but I also worked for Disney for 5 years, and so I love good Disney
Oh,
Welcome
Pixar.
back.
Nice.
And I love like old school Disney, Alice in Wonderland's. Walt Disney's Alice in Wonderland is always going to be one of my favorites. I love
I
the
like old school Disney.
Aristocats,
That's a classic.
It's
The
triple
Jungle
movie.
Book, all
Right
of those.
That's super cool.
And then on a totally different kind of direction, I think Rocky Horror Picture Show is one of the greatest movies of all time. Like it's
I agree
just
with
an
Based.
iconic film. So
Iconic.
got to throw that out there too.
Right on.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I also like old movies. Like I love Marilyn Monroe's films. I have her whole collection. I love Audrey Hepburn, Sophia Loren,
yeah.
like kind of the classic vibes too.
Right.
The
Oh,
Criterion Collection.
Yeah. Criterion, yeah. You guys like Kurosawa at all? What about you, Jen? You ever heard of Kurosawa?
I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
He was a Japanese director. He made stuff like I think 13 Assassins.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
I don't know why that name didn't
Yeah.
immediately register to me.
Let's see. I think he also did.
I fuck with that guy.
I think he did like Seven Samurai, a bunch of stuff. But
Are these-
Okay.
Jen, I think you would like them. They're actually pretty kick-ass. If you like that older style of film,
Yeah.
you really. It's also more like they're more like period pieces because they're from that. They're trying to base it from that time. It's fascinating. It's
Yeah,
definitely worth a watch.
That's
But
like
if
a
you're
really
not
good
reading
recommendation.
subtitles, because there's no really known like English dub of it that I'm aware of, you really have
I
to.
can read the subtitles as long as I have my glasses handy because I'm really blind without them.
Right on, right on.
I could not read subtitles right now. If you were to put something on the screen, it would not.
Right.
I couldn't do it.
Just start putting stuff up. I'm doing this because she can't see. She's trying to squint at it. That's literally what it says.
That's your opportunity. You could say whatever you want on there, and I would have no idea.
God, I'm so glad my munchies came. I was so fucking hungry. Jesus Christ.
Did you get Taco Bell?
Del Taco. Have you heard of it?
Del Taco. Okay.
It's only on the West Coast, but Del Taco is similar. There's a big war on which one's better. It's kind of like people who think that Five Guys is better than In-N-Out, for example. Big time.
I was going to say...
Never had In-N-Out, but...
In-N-Out, as a person who has had both, I'm going to have to go with Five Guys.
Five Guys, too.
I'm going to say Del
Taco's
better than
I like
all of
the
them.
In-N-Out special sauce. I think the In-N-Out special sauce is what makes the burger, and I think their sponge buns are untouchable. So Five Guys is pretty good. Five Guys is also super expensive.
Five Guys is expensive. That's true.
I mean, like $15 a bacon burger. Jesus Christ! Did they just freshly kill the cow out back before they made this burger?
Because they put the double patty. The patty's dummy thick.
I'll give you that.
They have to compensate for the free peanuts, right? So they charge you extra.
Yeah.
True. Where do all those bags come from? That's where the burger price comes from.
So
what if
why
peanuts have
do
to
you
do
like?
with burgers anyway? That's such a weird thing to have.
Well, if you knew anything, you'd know that peanuts bring out the natural hunger for burgers. So by putting them in the building, you smell them, and then you just want to buy more food. It's obvious. It's psychology.
It makes
Oh
sense.
man. Okay. Well,
If you want
learn
fries,
something new every day. You learn
get-
something new every day.
Yeah, if
But I'm
you
here
want
for
fries, you get fucking fries. They will put
Oh.
your whole
Oh,
bag.
yeah.
You get
that's
five
true.
fries.
You'll get a lot of
And then,
bagglers.
I love
Invite
fries.
everybody over.
The Cajun ones with the seasoning.
Mhm.
Those
Oh,
ones are
yeah.
so good.
Oh, yeah.
Those
On
are so
point.
good.
So somebody
now I
said
need
you
to
were
go to
preferring
Five
Del
Guys.
Taco.
Yeah, we're making each other hungry now.
Why Del Taco? We got one over here in the southeast. So
Oh, really? You got a Del Taco down there?
okay, I would say it's like
Celesti's in my chat saying Florida's got Del Taco too.
Florida's got one.
What?
Man,
Damn.
oh, man, yeah, that's
My
one of those
cousin's
things
from
that I
Florida.
missed since I moved to the East Coast. I mean, it was all over the place on the West Coast, but man, you can't find them over here. They even had better hamburgers than most of the hamburger places, in my personal opinion. But
Not had a Del Taco burger.
I have
That's
never
pretty
had a
solid.
Del Taco burger.
I
Yeah,
have.
they're pretty
Wow.
solid.
They're
I've
all
had
right.
it.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're all right. They're pretty good if you
I
can
may have
ignore
to
the
try
fact that
that.
they've
I
been
guess-
sitting on the grill for like 5 hours.
Yeah, because
If
nobody
I'm like
buys
going
them.
to Del Taco,
Yeah, exactly. I'm working on it. What is?
Y'all guys ever been to a Dairy Queen?
Yeah, of
Hell
course.
yeah.
Okay, right.
yeah, yeah.
Their burgers are pretty solid.
Their burgers are
Yeah,
on
they're
point
pretty
too.
good.
They're
Their
another
onion
place
rings
that
are
I have
pretty
trouble
good.
trusting, though. I feel like it's going to be on the grill for several hours before they finally flip it on because nobody orders it at Dairy Queen. It's like they come for the ice
That's
cream.
true.
All I
Right,
know
no.
is
What
that
about a super duper burger? Have you guys ever been to super duper burger? I don't know
I've
how
never
widespread they are. But
I
they are
have never heard
super
of that.
duper. Like they
No.
might just be a Northern California thing.
Maybe.
Oh my god. Amazing.
all I know is that if you go to any Mexican restaurant in the Southwest that ends in Birdos, you're probably getting some bomb ass Mexican food.
Right. Okay. Okay.
We have a Roberto's in Vegas that's bomb. They're open 24
See?
hours. And, you know, in the middle of the night when you don't necessarily just want to hit up a regular drive through, Roberto's is bomb.
That's the jam.
We got a
That's the
spot
jam.
up in York, Pennsylvania called Rob Burritos that used to roll this
Roberto's
spa.
sister.
Yeah. It was like they would have burritos. They had this one called the Destroyer, which was like this massive fucking burrito. But then they would have something called the Toddler Challenge, which is be like this burrito, like the size of your
Oh my
fucking head.
God.
And if you ate it all in one sitting, you got it for free.
Hell yeah. How much was it?
Nice.
Like $20.
That's not bad.
Goals.
Shit, hell yeah.
So we had a. So I don't know
Challenge
if you guys ever been
accepted.
to a Waffle House.
Yeah, right.
Waffle House. I don't know if you've heard the joke. Denny's is just Waffle House for people who can't fight.
True. Denny's does have some banging shit if you've ever been to Denny's. True story.
Yeah,
Not very
Denny's
many
is
Waffle
good.
Houses out on the west, though. I can't really make that comparison.
There isn't any that I'm aware.
Yeah, I
of.
saw them in
Denny's.
Florida, but
No,
I
I
didn't
don't
see any
think there
fights
are.
there.
It's a predominantly southern, like kind of staple thing, you know. But I can tell you, I think like I would say like 15.8% of all fights that I've ever seen have been at a Waffle House,
Waffle House, where white folk go to fight.
It's just where everyone goes to fight. There's been many a hood fight in Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Okay.
Just Waffle House.
They're not. They don't really.
I was thinking of like the Panhandle Waffle House, you know.
Oh well, yeah, that too. Yeah.
I got a great Waffle House fight story if y'all are interested.
Drop it! I can't wait.
Okay, so I had a buddy who I knew in high school, and he was a total piece of shit alcoholic. I mean, alcoholic until like recently. Actually, he's gotten a lot better, but
that's good.
So I get called by one of the Waffle House people, right? Who we call Waffle Woman because I know her personally. She's a super cool lady. So she calls me up and says, "Hey, your friend AJ's here making a fucking ass of himself. Can you come get him?" I go, "I guess, sure." I wasn't doing anything. I said, "Sure, fuck it, why not?" So I'm gonna get an interesting story out of this anyway. I already know. So if it's at a Waffle House, it's worth going. So I go down there. I go to pick him up, and he's like arguing, like yelling at this black couple. Need I remind you? AJ's not a racist. Not at all. He's actually a really sweet dude. I
the start to every great story.
No, I know. He's not a racist at all. He wasn't saying racist shit. He wasn't saying racist shit. He was just really getting on these people's tits. So, come to find out. So I get there, and I'm trying to pull AJ out of the fucking stuff. Say, "Come on, man. I'm going to take you home. You need to get out of here." And I wasn't really good at convincing drunk people yet. It's an acquired skill. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm trying to yank him out. Come on, man! You're gonna get your ass kicked or something. It's not gonna end well for you, dude. Let's just go. And I'm like apologizing to the people trying to eat their dinner or breakfast or whatever because it's both.
They're waffles.
They're waffle with their burger. It's great. Anyway, so
waffle burger.
Oh yeah, they got them.
I was just spitballing, but that's real. Okay.
Just ask me. They might do it for you. Anyway, so things escalate to where both parties are screaming, and I'm screaming. I'm like, oh shit, I'm just gonna back up and let it happen. So this 6'8", very tall, melanin enriched man gets up, and this is the largest black man I've ever seen in my life. I'm not gonna lie, and grabs him.
Oh, no.
Throws him through the Waffle House window. Which a big fucking window. I mean, it had decorations and shit that people came out and painted. Fucking destroyed it. Okay? Luckily enough, the glass was a style of plexiglass because fights have happened before, and it's safety glass. So
they put like the sugar glass from Hollywood just in case.
But like this stuff right here was like extra durable, so you needed at least like 300 pounds of force being thrown into it, and AJ soaking wet is maybe 150 pounds. So this man threw him, yeeted this motherfucker out into the parking lot.
Jesus.
And I go out to like help him up, and he steps the gentleman who tossed him out steps outside through the window, picks him up, sits him down on I'm guessing his car, and he goes, "Don't fucking move." And he pulls me to the side, and he goes, "Look, man, I'm a cop. I made a mistake." I go, "I probably should not have thrown your friend through the window. I know that now." And I was like, "Dude, I didn't see a fucking thing." I was gonna take him home. No. Nothing happened. We'll figure it out from there. So turns out that when AJ got sober, that this man became his sponsor. And they've been friends for a long time now. And so come to find out, from Waffle Woman, that this police officer paid for the window and everything. He's like, "Look, I was just trying to enjoy my dinner. I was so agitated. I couldn't get a word in edgewise to try to calm this guy down, so I had to use some type of force, and it worked." You know,
Yeah,
so
he's lucky
I was
that plexiglass. Jesus.
well, he really. I mean, he actually like broke his elbow from that, but like he believes it's from a drunken fall, which he's technically correct. But
Yeah, and I mean a drunken fall that somebody else
Not
inspired.
wrong. Not
no,
wrong.
like AJ has like no recollection of this whatsoever. I mean, he does, but like he doesn't. It's very. I mean, he goes. That's the thing about alcohol, man. If you abuse it, it'll fuck your shit up.
He was drunk and he fell. Those two things are definitely true. So
I mean, that's what he believed. He doesn't. I told him it's actually because you got thrown through a fucking window. He goes, "Yeah, that makes sense."
Mandatory helmets when drunk.
Right?
Well, yeah.
Right.
I mean, for him, well, at the time, he definitely needed one, but
yeah.
no, he's much better now. So I mean, I'm happy.
Hey, sometimes you don't need like a huge dude to like take you out in like these types of situations. When I was
Usually.
like, yeah, when I was like 25, I used to sell weed. And so like I showed up at this house, right? And like I was just thinking, okay, this is gonna be another transaction. I show up with my backpack, you know, like all my money and stuff. And then the door gets kicked down, and then there are like these 4 dudes and this like 11-year-old black kid who has like, you know, he's running the show, and somebody points a gun in all of our faces. And then I'm like terrified. He just collects everything. And then like as he's looking at my face, like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, what the hell you looking at, ninja? This shit gangsta. And that line stuck in my head forever. Like I was like, you don't even know who could take you out in this world. An 11-year-old kid could kick down the door and fucking take all your shit. You know what I mean?
True.
Like Jesus
You got the
Christ.
resources. I mean, you never know what you can pull. You got the paper, man. People will come. And
Oh, and he
whatever
didn't
they-
he
you
didn't
know,
say
so-
ninja either, but I'm trying to keep
So
the
the
podcast
M
friendly.
word. Keep it, yeah.
An
Keep
element
it
of
POS
surprise
friendly.
really worked in his favor too.
Oh,
there,
yes.
You know, you were
Oh,
not
yes.
expecting it.
Yeah, not the. It's definitely not my first rodeo with that. I've had guns put in my face. Actually,
Being
recently.
I think that was the first time actually. That was like terrifying for me, just like staring down that barrel and just being like, are they crazy enough to kill me over this? Like, is this
Dude,
just like
that's-
an everyday thing for them? You know, they're just gonna run
That's
off
why
with
you
my
should
money and that's the
absolutely
story of
study
me?
firearms, because you'll know, like, there's certain chances that things could happen. They could be like, okay, look, I know what that is. Give them what they want.
Yeah, I didn't know shit about firearms. I mean, they didn't really teach me that in
Yeah.
school, you know?
So at the
I had to
liquor
teach
store,
myself.
I close the shop and I'm walking out, and this is where I live is a very safe area, really safe area. So I could tell what this guy did was not from where I'm from. So I walk out, I go out to my car, I open it, and a guy walks up to me, puts a gun to the back of my head. Now I could see this man through my rearview mirror, and I could see his firearm, which is a 9mm Beretta, which will not fire without a magazine in it. It didn't have a magazine in it. So he's got this gun to the back of my head. He's like, dude, give me everything you got. And I'm like, look, man, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I ain't got shit. You want the plastic cards in my wallet with the number that don't have any money on it? They're yours. You want, dude? You could have the whole thing. Just let me get my ID out of there, and you could have everything in there. And he's just like, because well, how about we walk into the store and you're like, I got, dude, I put the money up, and the safe changes numbers. That's the truth. It's what happens. What happens?
Right.
I put the money up, and the safe changes, you know, every day to a different number. It's RNG based. It's wild. So I was like, dude, I would, but I can't. And he's just like, you know, like, damn, man. And I go, I also hate to be that guy, but you wouldn't kill anybody with that gun that you have anyway. He goes, what makes you think that I can't kill you right now? I go, well, one, you don't have the magazine in it. He's like, what? I go, the clip. He's like, oh. I go, yeah, man, that's a 9mm Beretta, man. That I think
You don't even know the anatomy of the gun you're pointing at me.
You know, and he's like, what makes you think I won't pull the trigger right now? I said, dude, you go ahead. If there's a bullet in the chamber, it ain't going off. So, good luck.
You gotta go Mel Gibson on him by that point. You'd be like, you're gonna do it! Then we're both going out together!
I mean, no, I was just like, go ahead, dude. I'm right here. I mean, you can try.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'll be down. And I was like, well, how do you know so much about that? I go, I know guns, man.
I mean, that's fucked though, because you didn't put yourself in that situation. You were just like walking home, you know what I mean?
I was just being
I
real,
accepted
though,
a
man.
level of responsibility by selling weed to the community at that
Yeah,
point.
no, I know. No, absolutely. I'm just saying, you know, I told the guy, I said, look, man, we're hiring. You want a job? Come get one.
Oh.
It's yours. Dude, I don't give a fuck if you put a gun in my face.
That's a level of charitability I don't know if I'm capable of.
I just feel like, look, dude, if you need a
I
job,
might think
obviously you're
twice
trying to
about
get
that.
money.
Yeah.
Obviously you're trying to get money. I mean, that money's insured, man. If you take it, we'll know who it was. We hired you. I mean,
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, he
you
was
know,
clearly
if you
in a desperate spot.
That's what I'm saying. If
Right.
you really need money, man, come get it. We'll work you. You know, we'll definitely pay you too. I mean, I think he even considered it. I didn't see his face, man. I just know that he had a gun to the back of my head.
God, that's like Les Miserables right there, dude.
A little bit, yeah.
He holds a gun to your head, and you're like, "No, son. Instead, come to my company, where I shall have you so you can make money and feed your family, and not have to starve on the streets this winter." Yeah, exactly. I had a dream that time goes by.
It's very Drake. It all sounds very Drake.
Yeah.
That too.
I
True.
tried to hire him.
True. Damn.
Bars. Let's go.
Your new Drake is so philosophically inclined.
Hell yeah. No, man. I do have a pretty strong compassion for people, man. I want to see them do better, and I hate seeing people that way. And usually, man, if you just ask me if I got some change on me, you can have it, dude. I mean, if I got a couple bucks on me, you can have it, dude. Money don't really mean anything to me, man. I mean, I know I need it. It's just
I always say that people
man.
People prioritize like one of three things, I think. Like you either prioritize money, you prioritize like looks, or you prioritize like basically like power or being cool or like social status, right? And so like I think that a lot of people like they chase money and then they wonder when they have money why they're not happy afterwards because they haven't really worked on the foundations of their life and what money can be a vehicle for. I know a lot of people are fucking stupid rich and just watching Netflix all the time. Personally, I'm more about lifestyle. I'd much rather work on like my life around me being in a place where I'm just happy and like the things that I like come to me. Right. So that's far more valuable to me than ever having like all the money in the world. Though I will say chasing a little bit of paper does help this process. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Chase a bag.
Right. You have to achieve. Yeah. You have to achieve all three things to be completely happy. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm 2 out of 3 so far. I'm pretty good. You know.
It's more of a balancing act. You know.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No.
It's funny, man. I love my job. The job's free money. That's why I told him, dude, for like $12 an hour, you can just make money.
Yeah.
Put in bottles, deal with drunk ass hats. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, and I get to talk to cool people, man. I get to communicate with my community. I get to hear stories from everyone's side, whether Republican, conservative, liberal. It don't matter, man. I hear stories from everybody, man.
Yeah, I'm sure Endless agrees with this. You know, I'm sure Endless has seen like all of his community because of this job and just like having that place where like everybody comes out to drink on Friday. Let's face it.
It's true.
Oh yeah, I used to. Yeah, when I did that, I worked. I did that for a while, but I think I did it for like maybe like 3 or 4 years. But I got burnt out from it.
And what do you do now, man? If you don't mind me asking.
I just whip a forklift. I'm a freight handler. I'm in like a distribution center, so you are
literally a cog in our massive machine.
It was tight because during thank you. Like when I first started working there, we would see fucking there's a company we work with that makes like scientific refrigeration like units and like incubators and stuff like that. And we would get like COVID like related like vaccine related stuff, so like refrigerators and stuff, and you would straight see like AstraZeneca, Moderna, like that shit on them going to all different like colleges and shit. It was tight.
Wow.
Cool, man.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's I'm a cog in a very fucking large machine, so I'll say that if I drop dead but that's kind of what sucks about it is like if I drop dead on the dock tomorrow, they would just get somebody that would work harder for less in there, and it's like it's a weird vibe.
It's true. That's true, and that's usually the sad reality of like jobs in general, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it does just because like someone will do it cheaper doesn't mean the quality of work will be any better. I mean, you gotta at the end of the day, you're people. You all make mistakes, you know.
That's why I've sworn off work personally.
I recommend it. It's good for the heart.
Being a freelance musician is like the best decision I've ever made, and chasing content and stuff like that. This has like all been the most fun I've ever had.
I've thought about money, honestly. I was gonna say I've thought
like
about
you said that with a little bit of like sarcasm, and I respect that.
What? No, I was being 100% sincere. Why would I be
I was gonna
sarcastic?
say-
Just because I turned off my camera, don't make assumptions.
No, I was gonna say I've been thinking about committing to that because I play guitar, I play drums, I make music. I have
You know what?
all of my-
Let me give you the biggest piece of advice. Maybe Jason can back me up on this. Is that I think that like if you're a songwriter, obviously it's fun to like write music for yourself. One thing that really like pushed my career forward is just understanding what other musicians need in the community and being able to offer yourself as a resource for like other people. Because even if you have your own band or your own project, that just feeds into what you're doing. Exactly.
Yeah,
and people now see you as like they see value in you. They see value in your playing and like what you're throwing out into the world. Not just like kind of like I got a cool band, guys. I'm fucking cool, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I always like people give me the side eye when I did that, but when I'm helping people out and helping the music community out, just work on skills. We can be like, hey, what can I contribute to your song to make it a little bit better? You know what I mean?
Yeah, here in Atlanta we have a charity around like Christmas time called Mosh for Tots. I'm sure there's like I don't know if you ever guys heard of it.
Mosh for Tots.
Mosh for Tots.
I might have heard about it.
I think I saw that flyer once or twice.
So Mosh for Tots is a charity that artists like metal artists come together. And they like, they do everything, man. They raise money. They get gifts for kids for Christmas. They do a whole bunch of stuff for like children. It's great. It's like March of Dimes, but for like metalheads. It's awesome.
Nice.
Like they're
cool.
super cool community. I've known those guys for a long time. So if you ever come out to A-Town, man, around like Christmas time, definitely go out to like the Masquerade, go to your local, there's other, venues. They're all a part of it, man. So they're really cool people.
It's very cool. We're learning about cool subjects here. You know what I mean? Most of the time when I jump on panels, we're just yelling at each other and like, trying to disagree about shit. But I like this. We're all smiling. Even if we have like slight disagreements, we can reach a common consensus. This is fun. I like StonerCast.
I feel like I prefer this style of panel to that this is actual.
Let me. I only
100%.
I'm kind of wily. I kind of like screaming at people too.
I feel it, but that's why I just hop on Modern Warfare 2 real quick. You get in and you get out. You know what I mean?
Get to Xbox Live and get it all out.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like,
I hate myself.
Yeah.
This has definitely been my favorite panel that I've been on, Jason. I really appreciate you. Having
let's
me.
go.
This
I do have to excuse myself though because I have to go get pizza. I know it's a terrible commitment.
I totally understand.
Support it. No, support it.
I apologize.
Support.
That pizza is delivered to your house nowadays, right?
I've heard that.
So
some
I'm
of the
in
best pizza
middle of nowhere
requires some care.
I am in like super rural Northern California. And I've made my nephew wait long enough. I promised him we'd have pizza, and we got to drive to get it. They don't do delivery here. This is like
tripping us with her nephew as usual. Jesus Christ.
So thank you guys all again. This was super dope, and I had a really good time. And I hope to chat with you all again in the future.
Heck yes. Do you want to plug your channel again? Tell people where they can find you.
Yeah. Y'all can find me on Twitch, MadamGenevieve, or Twitter, Madam_Genevieve. And I'm more active on Twitter, but I'll be putting up my Twitch schedule as soon as I get back to civilization, once I'm not in the middle of nowhere anymore and can kind of more reliably stream. So you'll be seeing more of me. Thank you again, Jason. And it was so great to meet y'all.
Thank you.
Bye.
You enjoy your pizza.
Now I want pizza.
I'm getting lemon pepper wings because I'm white.
Have you ever had?
I love lemon pepper wings though.
No.
Lemon pepper
wings.
Lemon pepper. What? The honey lemon pepper?
No,
yeah, that's different.
I was gonna say the electric honey is what they're called. The honey garlic and the lemon pepper.
I have.
Is that what they're called there?
I have something like that.
We don't have them where I am. I'm on like Atlantic side. I'm in Canada, and there's like no wings here. It's not very popular. But I lived in Winnipeg for a long time, and so good. They're so good. Winnipeg has a lot of
survive without wings.
What?
Yeah.
Wings are crucial.
How can man survive without wings? If you take wings away from man, that's like the old like cavemen were eating wings. You know,
as a race, not eat.
To be honest, I only bought wings because I worked at a place where I got them half price, and and so I got them obviously sometimes, but I like boneless wings. I don't want to pick it off the bone.
I feel
I
that.
like boneless wings too.
I'm not
I like chicken
how you
nuggets.
get in touch with your inner
I'm not a big
caveman
just like
right
a
there.
meat person. when I actually tasted electric honey wings, I was like, that's a wing I can eat. I only eat that for the flavor. I don't even eat it for the chicken. I could care less.
It's just a vehicle for the sauce.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Why don't you just dip like potato chips in that sauce?
I'm all about that energy. Vehicle
Ew,
for the
I couldn't.
sauce.
That's
Hell
gross.
yeah.
Textures are way off.
I like
I mean, if the
boneless
chicken's not
watermelon.
the important part, I'm just coming up with solutions here.
I like boneless watermelon.
Boneless watermelon.
I like marrow enriched limes.
Yeah, but like you have to have bones in the wing because otherwise you don't get like in touch with like the caveman part of yourself that feels like, you know, the bones, the juices running down your chin. Like how else are you supposed to feel like a man? That's what I'm saying.
While
yeah,
I
and
agree
I also
with
have
you,
sauce all over my face, and then I hate it. It's messy. I'm not a big fan of messy food. It's not
I
that I
feel that.
don't
I
like getting
believe that a
messy. It's
certain
just like
company used.
it's less enjoyable that way.
I believe a certain company
to
coined the
prepare for
phrase,
it.
"If it doesn't
Yeah.
get all over the place, it doesn't belong."
You
in
clearly
your face.
never been to the South, dear.
I was gonna say
I don't really
the
want to go
barbecue.
there.
South kind of sucks.
Let's go.
Food
No,
The food is
one thing
good,
I like.
but the food
I
is
like
good.
ribs though. I'll get messy for ribs. See, it has to be
Oh,
worth
see,
it. I like ribs.
I'll get
You
messy
have
for ribs too.
You haven't had ribs until you've had my ribs. And
My
I'm gonna
dad
say
lived
that
in
with
Memphis
pure
for a minute.
confidence.
Damn,
So, look,
damn.
I'll eat
I've
any
won
kind of rib. I'll
awards
eat
for
frozen ribs. Like
So I forgot to mention in my introduction, I'm also a chef by trade. I'm in a bad spot right now with like cooking stuff.
oh my god.
So I
I
haven't
mean
posted
this in the
anything about, like,
nicest
food
way
stuff.
possible. That makes so much sense. You have such a chef energy.
Oh,
I'm
thank
a
you.
server. I'm a server, so like I've been a server a long time. I have dealt with a lot of chefs in my life.
You guys definitely both have service worker energy. I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
say that too. It feels like a
I,
very based working class panel.
What
A very
For a
weak
minute, I was
panel.
gonna say, what does that mean?
Base.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, actually, when I don't know if it was to me, or not, but I was showing off my weed and stuff, and someone said like, rich stoners or whatever, and I'm like, I'm not rich. I just have I have a little cash. I'm a single gal and I'm a server. Like, I'm not like rich, but I have a little money I can prioritize on weed if I
Servers take
want.
home a lot of money every night.
Treat yourself.
Hey, but you know,
Don't
you know
cheat
what the-
yourself. Treat
Don't
yourself.
Don't let anybody make you feel bad about being fancy, okay?
Yeah.
Never
if
feel
you
bad.
want-
Fiji
I'm
water.
not fancy.
Exactly.
I'm really
Fiji
not.
I
water.
got the Fago. The Fago.
Oh,
I'm
let's
just saying,
go.
I would embrace it. If someone's looking at my weed and is like, oh, fancy sleeve, I'd be like, fuck yeah, put my pinky up while I smoke this shit, you know?
Yep.
Hell yeah. I do
Oh,
this for
yeah.
me, baby, not you. That's
The name brand. The name
Yeah,
brand.
why the fuck do you care about how much I spend on my weed anyways?
Exactly,
Like, who the
if
fuck
I-
is you? How much
Now,
do
if
you
I'm
spend on,
smoking it
like...
with you, I took my time to go get it.
Yeah, maybe that's
know,
the
like-
only maybe that's the only case where I care about like how much I spent on it is like if somebody else comes and vultures in on it, then I'm starting to pay attention. You know, if it's a friend, whatever. But you all know when you have a session and then like, you know, the other kids, hey, what's going on? I smelled some sick buds over here, bro. And then they're like, hey, come on, let me go dab on that. You know, before you know
I'll
it,
be
your
like,
whole
I don't know
joint's
what you're
gone.
talking about.
Yeah, this is
You
this
just
is
smoke it by yourself and they smell it. Be like,
this is
"That
tobacco
was
right here, man. This is tobacco. I don't know what you're talking about. Just
It's
very
some fire. It's some fire tobacco.
yeah, very skunky tobacco.
The
exactly.
nicotine.
That's what you're smelling. It's so thick that the nicotine's permeating the air. That's what it's very confusing for weed, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But why are your eyes so red? Dude, I have allergies, bro.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
bad allergies. Actually, I'm allergic
The
to
plastic.
tobacco, but I'm addicted
Yeah.
to it, so I have to
Yeah,
smoke
exactly.
it. Even
I'm
though
allergic
I
to tobacco and the pollen, and I smoke it. That's why I sound like Seth Rogen.
My eyes are
wish
red because
my
my friend
eyes got
farted on
like
my
that.
pillow last night. Sorry.
Ew, God.
That
I
can
wish
happen.
my eyes could
Gross.
get red again because I swear it enhances the high more. Like when your eyes get red and like
You want to know how to do that? Get them red every time?
just get really high.
Cough your fucking brains out.
Yeah, just be
True,
cough.
cough.
See,
No, really.
I'm the type
I mean,
of person that'll I'll take 10 tiny little bong rips just right after each other. So much more enjoyable that way. I
That
don't
was
know.
the job too. I mean,
And, like I just sit outside, right? And I just like take
Bong
I
rip,
just
bong
pack
rip,
a
bong
little
rip.
and then it doesn't clog your dam stem because you're just taking little ones and they burn to shit and then it doesn't clog anything.
Yeah, I'm having a little
True.
backflow issue on my little percolator. I think I need to fill it with water again. A little bit more water because it's not like, dude, it's Job. So, but
But
Not bubbling
I'm
up
sorry.
correctly.
Jinx. I was gonna say I'm gonna go. I gotta go eat. I got off work and then I did this and so I gotta head
I
out.
feel it.
Well, I
The
sound like a
post-work
terrible
ritual.
person when I say
Eat
I'm
the
exhausted
munchies.
and I've been streaming for 8 hours and I gotta go too.
All right. No, this is
I'm
actually
trying to get like you, my boy.
First world problems, yeah.
Talking to people on the internet.
Yeah, I had to sit in front of my computer just to talk to people while playing video games. Oh my god, my day was just.
I also
slammed.
talked
So
to like
full of
so
dumb
many
stuff.
people in my day at work, and like
Yo, yeah.
this doesn't feel like
And you
too
have to be
much,
nice
but
to
now I'm
them.
like,
People
oh my
now,
God, you
I
just have to
understand.
be nice. You have to
I
be
totally
Yeah.
get
nice.
it. Then
Well,
you
I
get
just-
stress.
Can I just say really quick, Jason, truly nice to meet you, bro. You are a fucking awesome gentleman. This is an awesome
as well.
stoner cast. I truly like everybody on this panel. It's
Hell yeah.
that never happens. I never go on a panel and I'm like, every single one of you motherfuckers are cool with me.
I'm sure
I'm
you
gonna
say
follow
that to
all
every panel.
well, maybe the ones you've been on, but anyways, everybody who's been on these panels right here, like seriously, I'm gonna follow all you guys on Twitter. Hopefully, you guys will follow me back because
Oh,
I
yeah.
think you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
are based
I'll
as
give you a
fuck,
follow.
and I hope that
Okay.
we'll do future stoner casts because this is super fun, man.
Hell yeah. We'd love to have you back.
Fuck yeah.
What's your? So you're hopping up. What's your Twitch?
My Twitch is SleeveTRocks, twitch.tv/SleeveTRocks,
There you
and
go.
then on Twitter, twitter.com/SleeveTRocks as well. You can follow me both places. Usually on Twitter, I'm playing horror video games. I'm talking, telling stories about psychos, or having completely normal conversations with people like Kaaayliee. Kaylee's going to be on my show on Tuesday, so.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
anyways, it was really great to meet all of you guys. Hopefully, you guys will follow
Pleasure
me,
as well,
and
my friend.
I'll chat with all you guys very, very soon. Enjoy the weed. All right.
Rock and roll.
Hell yeah.
Peace.
bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, I am. I was definitely a lot slower than I usually am tonight. That's okay.
So good.
The
This is what we're
post-work
meant to
ritual.
do. This is actually my
Oh.
first time high on stream, so I'm honored to do it on a StonerCast.
I'm honored to have you do it on StonerCast.
Next time you just smoke on the StonerCast. Just kidding.
So yeah, you can find me again, like I said, on Wick's channel, Death of Certainty, and yeah, we do a call-in show there. It's really cool. It's really fun to talk to everybody. It's a really good time. We have a great community over there. He's none of my doing. That's him. He has a great community that comes on our show, and yeah, it's been really fun.
Cool.
I don't stream though. I might eventually, so you can follow me if you want to.
Okay.
But you can find me on. I'm sure Jason made a post on Twitter, and then you can follow me on Twitter too. I don't tweet very often, but I retweet good stuff. Okay,
Right on.
that's what matters. That's
That
what
counts.
mostly matters.
Sometimes it's all that matters, yeah.
But
Maddie said,
yeah.
a stoner is never slow, nor are they fast. They are always precisely the speed they need to be.
actually,
right.
facts.
Wisdom.
I like that. I like it is. I like that.
Wisdom.
I'm sticking with that one. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, me too. I want that
Yeah,
on
that's
a
a
shirt,
good
bro.
one.
I'd pay $20 for that.
That's a good one.
I want to on a what is the like what are they called? Drug rugs.
Drug rugs, yeah.
No, yeah. I know what you're
Yes.
talking about.
Those
Oh,
things
yeah.
look
I
really
haven't seen
warm, but it's
someone do
already
that.
really warm here.
Hey,
Mhm.
you know, I'm sure materials are not overly hard to get. This business opportunity. I make weed carpets, you know, for people to step on. I know, that's weird. Okay, never mind.
Hey, run with it.
I
Anyway,
saw
make
this
it
dude
work
on
for you.
TikTok that makes like
Anyway.
Pokemon card rugs. Peace out.
bye
Peace
guys.
out. Take
See
care.
ya.